For you to be, what should you see, hear, taste, or smell? Because you are, therefore you see. Or because you see, therefore you are. Because you are, therefore you touch, taste, smell. Or because you touch, taste, smell, therefore you are. Extension. Because you are, therefore you think. Or because you think, therefore you are. The concept, Western concept. Western, somebody had, some philosopher. Because you think, therefore you are. That's why your thoughts go, you go. Finished. Because you are. Your sense of being is not a thought, nor it is a perception. Makes it so easy. Why? Because then I don't have to travel anywhere. Are you getting that? If it's a sound or a taste smell somewhere, then I have to travel to that place. To be myself, where should I travel? Anywhere, anytime. Nityamagandha vacchad. Anadi anantam. No beginning, no end. If it is a sound, perception begins, ends. Sound begins, ends. Your ear's capacity also begins, aging, ends. Perceptions begin and end. Your body has to be placed in front of the truth all the time. That is why if you make God exclusive in one place sitting down, you find it very difficult. Because you have to be there. I am missing. Just like you miss your brother, son, husband, wife, child, friends, you miss the truth also. Why? You are away from it. Far away from the sound, touch, taste, smell. Nor it needs a specialized moment. Your eyes must be sharpened, your ears must be sharpened, your tooth, tongue, nails, all these sense organs must be sharpened. It's always there. Like Shankara says one beautifully. Ayam Atma Nitya Siddha Pramane Sati Bhasate Na Desham, Na Kalam, Na Suddhim Bhapekshate. Vivek Chudamani. Ayam Atma, yourself, Nitya Siddha, eternally reached, accomplished. Pramane Sati Bhasate. When Pramana Vyavahara takes place, when the words are Sabda Pramana, the words are used properly, knowledge takes place. Na desham, na kalam, na suddhim vyapekshate. It doesn't depend upon a particular space that you must hear this knowledge in a particular place or a particular time. Suddhim vyapekshate. It doesn't even depend, wait for your purity. The space doesn't disappear behind the cloud sky, behind the clouds. Consciousness doesn't disappear behind thoughts or before thoughts or in between thoughts. Always there. Anadi anandam. Enachigetas mahatah param. Mahatah param. Mahat tattva. The total subtle body. Total mind. Beyond that. Meaning gross, subtle, causal, everything. And it is dhruvam, nishchitam. Always exists. Mahatah param. Other than that, dhruvam, nishchitam. Always steady, always existing. There is no question of it being taken away at any time. Because if it is a drushya, it will be nasya. If it is seen, it will be subject to cancellation. Are you getting that? Drushyam, nasyam. If it is perceived, it must be cancelled. Anything that is objectified gets cancelled in time. Think of your experience. Are you getting that? Anything that is objectified, if you can see it, if it's a drushya, either the sight will end or the seer will end. If it's a sound to be heard, either the sound ends or the listener ends. If something to be touched, whatever is touched ends or the toucher comes to an end. The sense organs finished. At one time body comes to an end. When the body comes to an end, then truth will be left behind. And you are helplessly dying. Suppose it is, are you getting that? If it is a sound outside, or a touch, or a taste, or a smell outside, so you shall be helplessly left behind, dying, and the truth will be left behind. Just like people feel afraid to leave behind the world. When the world is existing, I am gone. Now the truth will be behind, I am gone. No, I am always existing, even if the world is no more perceived. Body is a door of perception, a gateway of perception. Through the body, perception takes place, not consciousness. You are always existing. Mata param dhruvam nichaye hinachiketas nichaya nischayena gyatva. Knowing it for sure, without any doubt and error. Nichayatam, nischayena gyatva, by knowing it as your own nature, without any doubt and error. Mrityumukhat pramuchyate, you get yourself freed from the clutches of death. Yamaraj says, you are no more my client, victim. You no more belong to me. Kriyate tasya yamena charcha. Tasya yamena charchana kriyate. Yama, the Lord Death, no more gets a chance to entertain him. Anybody wants to be entertained by Yama? Like the lion, they say it, that like a lion playing with the deer. Is a lion plays with the deer? It's the dance of death. He's playing it, when he's going away, it goes away. It looks like as though he's flying. No, it doesn't allow it to go. How terrible, pathetic it is. Somebody doesn't allow you to go. How do you feel? You are kept in a house. You can move, but you can't cross the house. How do you feel? House arrest. Understand? That is why you must be totally, thoroughly brainwashed to believe that when you are a religious house arrest, a thought arrest, no changing of thought, this much and no more, become total fanatic. Total fanaticism comes in. We can move within the ambit of this thought. Don't look out. Limited. Becomes dangerous. So, who wants to be entertained by death? No. Rather, listen carefully. Death becomes an entertainment. Mrityatasya upasechanam. We saw that before. The death becomes your pickle for life. Death becomes an entertainment because it's the death which brings you relief. Appa, everything coming to an end now. When you are tired of life, lucky you die. Even if you are never tired of life, how long can you live with this body? Especially if the body is growing old. So one day you happily give up. Chalo yaar. Over. Enough. All things done. Kartavyam krutameva. Whatever is to be done is done. Death becomes an entertainment, a relief. Appa. Good.